Greetings, my friends. I want to thank you all for subscribing. I want to thank all of my channel members for supporting me in this endeavor to save pop culture. And if you are not subscribed, please consider supporting this channel. We need you. Thank you. Things are very bad at Disney, my friends. I don't think I've ever personally seen Disney at such a low point, not only in terms of profits, but even more importantly, in terms of public approval, or disapproval, as the case may be. The recent woes of the Walt Disney Corporation are descending on the Magic Kingdom like biblical plagues, one following another, and it is against this backdrop that Lucasfilm is experiencing massive changes. I have some new reporting from a longtime source that confirms and adds some detail to the recent reports of upheaval behind the scenes at Lucasfilm. And aside from faith in these various sources reporting from behind the magic curtain, I see proof every day in the trades that Disney is currently a company in crisis. The evidence is clear and mounting daily that Disney has not only lost the hearts and minds of America, they've also drawn the anger and disgust of an entire political movement. An NBC poll showed that only 33% of the public approves of the Walt Disney brand. Other polls have shown that Disney is sinking in terms of brand support, and is it any wonder when Disney was busted a while back with leaked internal videos exposed by Christopher Rufo, in which Disney executives, a number of whom have been subsequently, let's say, severed from the company, were going on and on about inserting queerness and extreme politics into their children's programming, truly transforming Disney from an entertainment/leisure brand to a propaganda tool for an extremist agenda. Up till now, Disney's attitude towards these harsh truths has been not self-reflection, but accusing the public of being racist and sexist and transphobic and alt-right. Yawn. Lies, of course, born of desperation at this loss of revenue and damage to their brand name. Well, they can blame the public all they want to. Why should they be surprised? You simply cannot, in these polarized and divisive times, take political stands that fully half the country finds excessive, if not repellent. There's a lesson that Disney needs to learn and remember if they're going to survive this period of intense losses. Without respect, we reject. Disney needs the American public, all of the American public, far worse than the American public needs the Disney Corporation. We're the customers, and that means we have all the power here, and a terrible power it is for an entity that relies on our goodwill and engagement. What makes this power we hold so terribly effective? To wield this power, all we need to do to win is nothing. To win, to teach Disney without respect, we reject. All that needs to happen is for all of us to keep our wallets closed. Starve the beast of funds. When they offer woke crap, bad scripts, bargain basement heroes, and social justice lectures instead of entertainment, just say no thanks, and they're sunk. When an enemy can win a war by doing nothing, that's the most dangerous enemy of all, and this is a lesson that Disney will either learn and learn quickly, or come crashing down. That's the backdrop for the changes that are allegedly going on at Lucasfilm today, my friends. And before I discuss the alleged fate of Kathleen Kennedy, I want to paint a portrait of abject failure. A portrait that illustrates why Lucasfilm is in so much upheaval at the moment.
Lucasfilm and Disney are in upheaval because they suck. This isn't rocket science, dude. The simple fact of the matter is, Disney went too far up woke's collective ass. They've been huffing rainbow farts for years. What's a rainbow fart smell like, by the way? Delusion, with a hint of Skittles and a side of beans. And there's no pot of gold at the end of that rainbow, just more farts and bankruptcy.
Well, Harvey Cthulhu, it remains to be seen if bankruptcy will be the result of Disney's particular woke bender, although the evidence is clear, even to the mainstream media at this point, that Disney is in a period of contraction. I'm going to discuss what I've heard about Kathleen Kennedy and Lucasfilm in a moment, But before I do, I want you to understand why I consider these rumors to be not only plausible, but also not surprising. Here's the latest, terrible news for Disney. Let's start with the low-hanging fruit, Disney stock. Disney's stock plummeted yesterday to a point where it hit $85.56 a share, a drop of 3.45% in a single day. Take a look at this graphic, my friends. Disney is on a highway to sell.
That's a loss of what? Roughly $4 to $5 billion of company value in a single day?
Aye, it's all in a day's work for Disney. When will they learn that get woke, go broke is really a thing? So the stock continues its inexorable downward slide, but it gets worse for Disney, my friends. Bloomberg, one of the biggest financial publications in the world, published an article titled "Bob Iger Shifts from Building an Empire to a Disney Yard Sale." It reads, Bob Iger built Disney into the world's most powerful entertainment company by acquiring Pixar, Marvel, and Lucasfilm. Now he's looking to downsize. Iger put roughly a third of the company up for sale this week, declaring Disney's linear TV assets non-core. That includes TV networks ABC, FX, and Freeform. He also said Disney is looking for a strategic partner for ESPN, though he's not willing to sell the whole thing, and the company is already looking to sell or restructure its TV and streaming business in India. It's a stunning, if inevitable, turn of events for an executive who spent so much of his career working in TV and for a company that relied on cable networks for the majority of its profit. Before the pandemic, Disney's media networks generated 35%, or $24.8 billion of company revenue, and more than 50%, or $7.5 billion of its operating income, unquote. And here's the kicker, folks. Quote, Iger's CNBC interview was unmistakably a distress signal. Disney is contractually obligated to buy Comcast Corp's 1/3 stake in Hulu in a deal that would value the business at least at $27.5 billion. It's also wrestling with a colossal debt pile stemming from its $71.3 billion acquisition of 21st Century Fox in 2019, unquote. But what of Kathleen Kennedy, you ask? At this point, I must state that what I'm about to share with you is information provided to me by a longtime source. But since I cannot personally confirm this information, I am providing it as unverified rumor, and I ask you to please take it with a grain of salt. So as you know, my sources and Cameron Pashaw's source Sparrow both stated that a big meeting was going to happen at Lucasfilm. It apparently did, with the caveat that the one big meeting was going to be accompanied by a second big meeting in which Lucasfilm employees who couldn't attend the first meeting would be brought up to speed about the alleged changes coming to Lucasfilm. Well, I have a longtime source with access to a prominent Lucasfilm employee, and I was sent the following update. Quote, my guy went to meeting 2. He did not know about meeting 1 till was happening and the rumors poured out. He said they avoided saying anything negative about KK. Obvious she is on forever leave and were issues, as you said, were implied, not disclosed. This next bit I have censored because it might compromise this source. And then the post continues. He said all else is pretty much exactly as Zoomcock reported. He was left with the impression not a purge, but would make the ones left quit en masse by giving them jobs to do and demand they expect them done. They are supposed to be able to do and let them self-destruct. He thinks Move Than 11 already resigned over this. I believe that should be he thinks More Than 11 already resigned over this.
Which kind of goes along with your report that people resigned on the spot from the meeting that were KK loyalists.
That is correct, Harvey. My longtime source then added, She will be acting president. She's on leave for the next 18 months. She will probably do promotional stuff about it.
Acting president? Gosh, if she's going to be away for 18 months, it's more like inactive president or unacting president. Something along those lines.
Ha! I think you got a point, Harvey.
This is hilarious, man. So it's a woke purge in the sense that Disney is demanding that people actually do their jobs and succeed? That's a woke purge, dude. The woke don't work. They bitch and hide behind their various checklists. So holding woke employees accountable is a fast track to the unemployment line.
Yes, Harvey. There seems to be a contradiction in this report. My long-term source claims it's a woke purge. His contact claims it isn't a woke purge, though effectively it is because the free ride is over for these cultural leeches. Disney can't screw around anymore. They need money batter and a hog needs slop.
Interesting. So Kennedy is kind of like a president in name only at this point. She keeps the title, but she keeps away from Lucasfilm too, effectively defanged, as it were.
Yep. My source says she'll be trotted out to make whatever announcements allow her to save face, keep her quiet. But the fact is Iger, it seems, was true to his word. He warned her, allegedly, in a one-on-one meeting, that if Indy didn't hit $900 million at the box office, there would be consequences. KK, meet consequences, if this source is correct. A lumbering behemoth like Disney only ever slows down long enough to learn something when the pain gets unbearable. Well, with falling stock price, declining attendance at parks, movies bombing left and right, and assets now on the auction block, Disney hasn't been under this much pressure to survive since their crisis in the 80s. Will they survive? It's adapt or die, Disney. Just ask the dinosaurs. From the center of the earth, this is Dictor Van Doomcock bidding you all, my friends, stay angry.
Ha 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 ha.